and gentlemen, we're back. They said we'd never be back. Nick, you would not believe who had the audacity / nerve to stop us from recording this week.
Who was it, Brett?
Bro, it was Sharon Stone from Basic Instincts.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I went to hit the record button. Next thing you know, she does that thing with her legs, full puss, and I was like, Sharon, please stop, right? Then I had to ignore my basic instincts to get on all fours. But I was like, Sharon, I'm trying to be professional. Just please stop. And then, Nick, I was a better man, and I hit record, and now we're here today. So better luck next time, Sharon, you fuckhead.
Man, you got more willpower than me. That clam would have stopped me dead in my tracks.
I lied. That's why we're 20 minutes late. I had to give in. My knees buckled. Oh no, I fell into it. Power of the clam. Power of the clam.
The power of the clam.
Of the clam.
Nick, yeah, honestly, mate. How you been? You just did a spot on the bloody on the project. How was it?
Yeah, look, honestly, you know, I'm at least a M-grade celebrity right now. People are knocking on my door. Peter Hellier tried to suck me off on the way here. Like, it's pretty full on, man. Like, it was intense. I got like 2 minutes notice. I think it was 10 minutes notice. It was like 4:10. They're like, can you be on at 4:20? And they had to throw to me because they wanted to, because apparently West Australia, they do, it's one of those stories they do every fucking 10 years, every year. It's like, where do you get your cheapest sausages from?
Yeah.
Is your neighbour a cunt? And then the third one is like, should WA leave the rest of the country? So it was one of those ones. And who better to talk about that than me? Someone who hasn't thought about it, had no interest in it, and is currently in lockdown in Melbourne. So, tick, tick, tick. But yeah, it was actually all right. I said it would be, you know, if West Australia finally did leave Australia, it would be, they're like, what do you think it would be like? I was like, have you ever imagine if Mad Max and Waterworld combined together, just four-wheel drives and just jet skis for days.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's exactly it, man. It would be apocalypse. But I was trying to think of comics they would ask in Perth, and you got two choices, Pinder or Wolfie, and both, one's a tattooist, one's broke.
One's English, and one has lost his mind.
Yeah.
No, I love Wolfie, but I was actually on the pod talking about him the other day. If you haven't listened to Andrew Wolf, one of my favourite comedians I've ever seen, he's got a even though we don't talk comedy on this podcast too often, but he's got a podcast called Circle in the Drain. Great comedian, but he's also a broker, a stockbroker, and he's awful at it. Has lost all his money. When he first picked me up in a fucking BMW. This is 10 years ago. Lived on Oxford Street in Sydney, and now just has lost everything. So
yeah,
God, it's good.
He was I remember he was sleeping in the apartment he was selling in Sydney. Oh, and he was just sleeping on a mattress, and then it just had one of those cardboard fucking TVs and cardboard mantelpiece and stuff they put in a house when they when they're trying to sell it.
That flashes me back. Have I ever told you about, I mean, we always do this, but have I ever told you about when the first time I moved to Melbourne and how I lived for a month?
No.
Because I rented an apartment in Fitzroy. And so I put the AU Series 3 Falcon, on a train. Yes. I put all my possessions in there, which included massive speakers from Dick Smith Electronics, a television, an inflatable mattress, and that's all I think I had. And so when I got to Melbourne, I got the rental, but my girlfriend was about 3 months away, and she didn't want me to choose any of the furniture. I have no idea why. I'm a very tasteful man. So I lived on, you know, those thin hiking inflatable mattresses. They're like an inch.
Yeah.
I was allowed to buy a TV, a microwave, and a fridge. So I had a microwave. I turned the microwave box upside down, used that as a coffee table / lounge room. And that's the only 4 things I had in the fucking house. For 2 months. And then I used to get and I had no money, so I used to get absolutely maggot every night off fucking goon. It was sick.
Man, yeah. That's like when I first moved. Oh, well, when I first moved to Melbourne, I was like, it's like half the rent of Sydney.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend and I at the time were like, oh, whoa, bloody, this is amazing. Got like this 2-bedroom apartment in Preston. Then that went sour like after like 8 weeks or something, 6 weeks. And then I was just living in a warehouse in Brunswick.
I remember that. You were saying that you used to steal your roommates' beers and they hated it. To go on dates
Me?
or something? Yeah, were you borrowing beers to go on dates or something?
I don't know. I was living with Matt Stewart for a bit.
Yeah.
And and Alistair Tremblay Birchall and Andy Matthews, living with those guys. And Alistair went to Edinburgh and he left this scotch behind. And because I was so lonely and depressed, I was like, I'll just have a little nip to myself. And then by the end of it, he got back and he's like, man, it's pretty expensive scotch. That's like Talisker. And I was like, yeah. Lucky I just got my tax back and I bought him like 2 bottles.
Nice. Because I was on the gin like wild, but there's a shop in Fitzroy and this guy makes his own rum. It was called Icebreaker. It was
what?
Yeah. I remember it distinctly because it was even like 4 or 5 years ago, it was still $29 a bottle, which you never see. You never see that anymore. And I was like, fuck, this is good. It was just like at a Food Works or some shit on Smith Street. Anyway, this Asian dude, loved him, was always selling you like dodgy cigarettes and this. You know that stuff, you're like, man, you grow this at home. But anyway,
yeah.
Loved it. And then, man, the worst hangovers in the world. Like, but I remember this is the first time I got a job offer was to work at the Imperial in on Burke Street. And,
yes.
I was so fucking hungover. He goes, mate, do you want the job? I'll hand it because I handed him my resume, and my resume had all the wrong information on it. They said I was born in 1887. Yeah.
Oh man, this guy's he's come from with the First Fleet.
Man, I've seen beer, how it was made, how it was brought to this country. I actually was here before the pub, so
I lived through Prohibition, you fuckhead.
yeah. And then like there was so many spelling mistakes, but it always, of course, had to say, you know, those lies. You're like strong attention to detail.
Yeah.
Like straight, and you probably, and I always spelled detail wrong or something. But I thought it'd be like real cool if I put as my cover picture, it said beer, helping white guys dance since 1927, which is actually 47 years after I was born. So or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I handed the resume in. They thought it was a joke. They thought, man, this guy is a good laugh. There's so many fun things with his resume. I didn't realize that's why 400 businesses didn't call me back. They said, you got a problem with getting up early. I was like, nah. I said, but we need a dude on keg shift because the way the old buildings work, you've got to push the kegs down a chute and then you got to lift them up flights of stairs. It's really fucked. I was like, yeah, man, don't care. Worked in factories forever. Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I had like a Nokia 5210 at the time. Didn't have an iPhone or whatever. So you only had one alarm. So you had one chance to get
Oh, yeah. One chance.
One chance. There's nothing worse than one, like that Slim Shady. Doom, 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 doom.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. But I was so excited that I got a job that the night before, my last $30 in my account, I think I bought some goon and some fish fingers. And I said, tonight is your night, Brady. If I go to bed by 9, it'll be fine. Won't be a problem. I think I drank 4 liters of wine and I got a phone call at 9:30 a.m. and I was meant to be there at 6 a.m. And I was like, this is a bad first impression.
Yeah.
And I fucking sprinted down there. I was like, look, I'm so sorry. Look, I'll just work the whole day for free just to make it up to you. He was a young bloke. He's like, yeah, man, that's cool. Like, don't stress too much. Give us a hand doing the outdoor furniture. So I was giving him a hand doing this outdoor furniture. And because I had 4 liters of wine the night before and a lot of fish fingers that weren't sitting very well in my stomach, when we picked up a table, I thought it'd be a good idea just to quickly sneak out a little far. Just do a little just get it out of the system.
Yeah.
And I fucking shat myself. So I'm 3 hours late. I've rocked up in an absolute state, hungover, pissed as a cricket. He's asked me to do one job and give him a hand do this. And I've instantly fucking shat myself. Right? And then I dropped the table. He's like, mate, can you give us a hand moving this? I said, brother, I just quickly got to go to the bathroom. He's like, can you just help me move this table before you go to the bathroom? I was like, I just looked him dead in the eyes and said, mate, I've just fucking shat myself. And I walked to the toilet in absolute shame, right? Came back and he thought I was joking. But he was like, man, well, you can't just be fucking doing this. You're not doing your work. You got to do it. And I said, mate, I'm honest. I've just thrown my undies out. I've shat my pants. He's like, are you serious? And I was like, yes. And he pissed himself laughing. And then I ended up working there for another 4.5 years.
Mate, that is classic. That is, I don't know this, you have like a useless worker, right? Someone that's useless and you kind of know, but someone like you get a feeling about you. You go, I got to keep this bloke around. I got to give it, like, I can't not have this guy,
He's already just shat himself on his first shift. Like, the sky's the limit,
Oh, man, that's so funny. That's great. I remember
I'm still great mates with this guy. This is like fucking, it must have been a 10-year friendship,
But, man, that's often the best jobs, the ones that start out the worst.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, delivering the groceries, I was going to quit it. I was like, this is so shit. It's fucking ruining me. But now I don't mind it. Now I'm like, it took me, I never throw in the towel with a job. One time I worked packing cotton into plastic and just rolling that up. So you'd unroll the cotton, it would get tested like a sample, then you'd roll it back up. And this fucking inbred family, like this whole family worked there, took one look at me and said, you're not going to last one day here, mate. And then I made sure I worked there till every single one of them quit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I was just like, that's it. I'm going to stick this out. I never quit. I'm just going to do it, right? I wish I had that tenacity in anything else I did, but I had it with this shit job.
Also,
it paid pretty well.
Also, you outlasted an inbred family. How long did that last? They died after 3 days.
I remember
that fucking each other in the fucking cool room and got fired. Also, how did you take that when your parents told you that? Yes.
No.
And you're too dumb to realize it was your own mum and dad.
I outlasted my dad and my mum.
Yes, and then I rooted him. Yes, comedy.
Yeah, man. But the worst thing I did was once the dad walked in and he fucking hated me. He just hated me so bad. They all hated me, but the dad hated me the most. And he walked in and he goes, "Yep."
He hated you because there was a chance that you were gonna fuck his daughter, and he's like, "She's mine."
Yeah. I remember she was a psycho. That was real funny. But yeah, he once came in and he said a joke to his wife or something. He goes, "Yeah, tow truck driver. I was a tow truck driver. Doesn't mean I'm still not towy though." And then I just did one of those big fake laughs, like like that, like in the, like just one of those things that really fucking piss you off.
Yeah.
And he just walked straight out. Yeah,
oh,
it
no.
was so awesome.
How long did you last at this cotton factory, Nick? That's what I want to know. I mean, like, is this like an episode of Survivor when you've outwitted, outplayed everyone, and 6 years later, or was it just a fortnight? You know what I mean? No,
it was me and my mate. We lasted about because it went for a season, so it lasted about 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Was there heaps of backpackers and shit there?
No. It was just friends and shit, and yeah, it was like a cotton place. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Cotton's like it's fucking very private
schooly.
You
could do it in about 2 sentences.
But there's cotton classing. Okay. And one of our mates worked at this cotton classing place, and he got us the job there. Anyway, it was It was an absolute debacle. You would roll the cotton up in a masking tape, and it hurt so bad when it was thrown at you. And when you
looks like you took the job really seriously, Nick.
Whoever was on trolleys, as soon as they walked through the door, you could see this light came on when they walked through the door. Everyone would just put down what they had and just destroy them with cotton balls. It was fantastic.
That's the same thing as every time, like, there was, like, you'd pull tape off something or you'd be wrapping a pallet, then you had to tape or whatever. You just get a ball and just fucking, just love, just sting it. Like, man.
Actually, man, that's a pretty cool thing. Guys, send in. This is a new thing our listeners can send in. Our listeners have been so cool, man, sending in heaps of shit, talking to us, whatever.
So good. They're the best.
They've been sending me music. They've been sending me all kinds of stuff. Man, the theme song by Cass.
Well, what? Has that happened?
He sent me a first draft. Pretty good.
Can you play it? Can you play it now? Can we hear it?
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know how to. Oh yeah. I just don't know how I can.
Well, if
play
I be quiet, you could unplug your headphone jack, and that would be able to hear it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Let's try it. Worst case scenario. I mean, I don't edit this. I'm sure you'll delete it. I doubt you will. But do you want to try that?
Okay, let's try it. Okay. All right. Here you go, mate. Go.
It worked for about 2 seconds and now it stopped. Right, Nick is not hearing anything.
Oh, yeah, pretty fucking good, huh? So
well,
good.
You have to add that in later because I didn't fucking hear any of it.
Yeah.
Was it?
You couldn't hear any?
No, I heard like the first 2 seconds of it and then it stopped. But Nick,
well,
I'm
man,
gonna have to go with your gut instinct. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I said to him, man, I said it's fucking awesome, so good. I said, can we make it so that it's fast all the way through because it slows down a bit.
Okay. And how long is it? Is it like a minute? Is it like?
It's about 26 seconds. It's absolutely perfect.
For 26 seconds at the start. Like, wow. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, it's great. It's really good. I love Cass.
I love how we're critiquing it as well. We just get sent a amazing free song. We're like, brother, I've got a few editing notes for you, cunt. Number one.
I know. I felt so bad because I was like,
kick drum.
Yeah, like this dude's doing this thing for free for us to just offer to do it, and then I'm just bloody criticizing it. Man, I got the fucking cops going in the background. I got about 10,000 cops. Bloody.
I can hear it. What's going on?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm in Abbotsford on Victoria Street. It's
Are
pretty.
You within 150 meters of a school?
It's pretty Larry. They've cottoned on.
Hey, back to the cotton.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Man, but that's what our listeners have got to send to us. That's what our listeners, and we'll read it out. Crazy shit at work. Funny work games.
Please send. Man, there's so many funny pranks that people have always told me, and I know 90% of them are lies. And guess what? I don't fucking care. Like that one I always heard about, this guy who did this prank to his boss. He was a Sparky, right? And he pretended to get electrocuted, right? He was holding a wire and was like, ah! But then his boss had a plank of wood nearby and hit both of his arms and broke both of his arms. Save his life. But he just broke both of his arms. I was like, brother, that is fucking sick.
That is the best story ever.
Yeah.
Man,
and then
playing
he kicked the fuck out of him afterwards, I'm pretty sure. It's like I always used one of my old lighting bosses. I used to sleep on my lunch break, and as a practical joke, this is a joke I used to love. I said, hey man, just wake me up, just give us a kick because you're all around the truck. I'd sleep inside the truck, he'd be on the tailgate of the truck. Give us a kick after 30 minutes, so I'll get up, we'll do the job. I would sometimes sleep for 3 hours, and then eventually I'd get up in a daze.
Yeah.
Going, hey guys, what the fuck's going on? What are we doing? And then he'd come on to be like, fucking got ya. I was like, man, I won. I got 3 hours sleep and I got paid for all those hours. I mean, keep doing it. I used to think it was so funny. I was like, man, I've done no work.
Watch this. I'll do twice as much work, and Brett will get more sleep. Sucked in, Brett.
Man, I did this amazing prank. I sent him both mine and his paycheck. What a fucking idiot. It probably confused him with all the numbers.
When we used to do irrigating on the cotton farm, we'd love, you'd get these pipes and put your hand over it, and then you would siphon the water so the water would come out. Put a little snake, a rubber snake in the pipe, and just watch some dude fucking scream. It was so fun. Real fun.
Man, that's probably the best part about going back to construction is just really enjoying bullying once again. You know what I mean? It's not bullying. It's just a little bit. It's probably called too much ribbing. It's what I call it. And God, it is good because there is sometimes absolutely no line in the situation. So the young apprentice had to do, because of COVID, had to do part of his thing on the computer or on the phone, and he had to show his instructor what he was doing. And I would just be like yelling out the most fucking heinous shit in the background. But like, he'll be in the office and talking to his university lecturer with 7 other people or 10 other people on the Skype. And I'm like, Henry, for fuck's sake, stop shitting on the bathroom floor. How many times do we have to tell you this? That's disgusting. The poo goes in the bowl. And he just goes bright red. I'm like, oh no. Sometimes bullying it's not bullying, banter goes too far.
We used to do stock on at my boarding school that had a farm on it, right? Yeah. So I used to do stock, right? So that was just feeding all the fucking cows and stuff. One of you would drive the tractor, and then the other person would throw the hay bales off, right? So, and then there was this guy who worked on the farm named Lenny, like the oldest dude ever. And he was, you could barely, you don't know what he said. He'd just go, and you go, what the fuck did you just say, Lenny?
Like that guy from The Water Boy?
Yeah, man, it was exactly that guy, exactly him, but Australian, like, man. Anyway, man, I thought it'd be real funny one time to drive down this hill towards the river as fast as I could in the tractor.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I thought it was so funny. I was turning around and Lenny's just going, stop, like that, you know, just fucking yelling. And then my mates are laughing, but then they just started like a look of horror on their faces. They're like, stop. And he'd fallen. He was just hanging on to the trail a bit, like he was. His feet had come off the back. And he was just flying along the back like Indiana Jones, like on a train or something like that.
Oh, dude.
They said, man, the trailer was airborne most of the time. Like,
just absolutely savagery.
Lenny did not talk to me.
No. Well, to be honest, if Lenny did talk to you, you probably wouldn't understand what the fuck he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, yeah, let's send us in your work pranks. Man, one thing I remember about you, and I think we've discussed it on here before, but just quick, fucking when you worked at that warehouse and they had car parkies every Friday, where you just get in the car park.
Too many times, but man, Friday night fight night car parkies is the wildest workplace I've ever worked at. And just with 2 dudes who had the biggest penises ever and would always get them out on the conveyor belt and just let their dicks. I mean, I probably didn't tell that part of the story, but they used to put their hogs on the conveyor belt because a big conveyor belt used to go around. They used to pull their penises to the side and they both used to be standing there and you're just going, yeah, well, this is in Forestfield, so why the fuck not?
Yeah. But, yeah, where else?
Yeah, the car parkies was... I still got to write a joke about it because it's just too hard to explain to people or even get people to comprehend that people used to beat the shit out of each other with boxing gloves, and you can call cunts out during the week, which is the wildest thing. I'm sure, but this is why it's so important to talk to the fans, because I know half of our fans and what they fucking look like. They're animals. I know they've got some good stories, and I cannot wait to read them out.
Yeah, it's going to be bloody crazy. I don't actually want to read them. You can read them.
Mate, I'm not reading shit. Or
you know what I was thinking the other day, man?
Honestly, if you've got enough balls to do it or want to do it, send in a video with a story. You know, keep it to 30 seconds to 60 seconds, but send in a fucking story or a prank. We'd love it. We'll play it. We'll put it on the socials. We love that shit. Honestly, it's so funny.
Yeah, man, that'd be fucking great. Yeah.
Nothing too crook, though.
Nothing too crook, please. Nothing. Yeah. Oh man, the funniest thing about construction stuff.
There's a guy who went to. Oh no, he was on a work experience. It literally must have been the scene out of The In-Betweeners. I swear to God. He wanted to be a mechanic. Wouldn't even know an AU from a BA if he tried. And they apparently, and the school had to get involved, but they apparently all dacked him, like got him naked, and then did a big pylon on him on the workshop. And then half those guys got technically done for sexual assault. It was like,
oh fuck,
yeah, of an underage minor, which is true and did happen, but you're just like, oh yeah, like it's like a dumb thing that is now they've all got their cops out the front of their house and they're not allowed 150 meters. You know what I mean? Imagine having that on your fucking criminal record.
Man, that's
my good mate. Sorry, I'm jumping in again because another great story came in. My good mate Joe, who is anonymous on Facebook or whatever, because he works for a big water company now, and he's the cunt that used to fucking order pizzas from across the road. Used to order delivery, and they.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he used to work at a shop, Myers. He used to work at Myers, a shop called Myers. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
His supervisor to order, he had to hand in a form to get holidays, and he thought it'd be funny because it was the fourth time he had to hand in.
Yeah.
A form to this guy saying the same requests that, I want July off, blah 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 blah. So on the piece of paper, he just wrote on the same form after the fourth time of handing it in, wrote "suck my dick," right? And then he got fired and charged with sexual harassment in the workplace. Because he wrote "suck my dick" on a piece of paper, and the guy had it in for him. That is good.
Why do you write "suck my dick" on the fucking thing?
Because it's the fourth time he handed in the same piece of paper requesting the same annual leave, and the guy hated him. So instead of writing the dates to confirm it again for the fourth time on the date space, it said, "What dates would you like to request?" He wrote "suck my dick."
I don't know if you've seen it every now and then, Brett. When you see, like, I saw this once, and someone else told me they'd seen it as well. You'd see flyers hanging out of letterboxes on one street, right? And then you would just see a fucking pile at the end of the street of just the letterbox guy just going, "Fuck this."
Or just
absolutely fuck this, and just throwing them all.
Yeah. Yes.
Just that beauty. Just that. You know what? Screw this.
Man, it was always, we had a creek in Forrestal. It's called like the Woodlapine Brook, or I don't know what the fuck it was called. Yeah. But it was a shitty bridge, and there's two things you guarantee to see in there. Well, four things. Someone chroming underneath a bridge.
Yeah.
A shopping trolley. Someone potentially in a fist fight. And the fourth thing you would always see was a dam made out of the community newspaper. Because cunts just used to throw it off the fucking bridge. And I swear to God, it was like fucking, it looks like beavers were making something down there.
Yeah. Man, absolute disrespect. Disrespect.
Man, and seriously, the community newspapers are so good. Who doesn't want to hear about some 7-year-old who won their fourth medal, like badminton race / who gives a fuck, Oh, Janet won the cake cooking competition. No one cares.
Man, well, let's do. What do you reckon we do? Ripper of the week.
Man, hit me, brother. I'm ready to go.
Man, now there's this dude, man. We follow. Fucking crazy dude, right? I don't know if you've seen this guy, man. His name is Ryan Williams.
Yes. Yes.
Now
Yes.
this guy, he rides for the Nitro Circus, right? He was born on the Sunshine Coast, which is where my nana's from. Not much going on the Sunshine Coast, Brett. It's a beautiful fucking paradise, but you can still buy a house there, probably for a decent price, just because it's mostly old people and fucking bong heads.
Dude, it sounds absolutely sick.
Man, Caboolture is Forest Field times 20. It is fucking rough. Yeah.
Let's move.
It is. Yeah, like that's the reason you found that Ford Falcon there that was a bloody, what was it? A turbo 6.
Oh yeah, it was the AU,
purely for racing.
AU Turbo 6, and then like half the body was carbon fiber, and I was like, who is spending this much money on an AU? And I respect that.
So now this
It was an EP.
Ryan Williams. Now, first of all, man, he was going to be a fighter pilot or an astronaut. That's what he wanted to do, right? But he'd been going to his local skate park originally. Okay, he was on rollerblades, which is bloody.
Yuck.
Yeah, can't believe.
You know what's worse than rollerblades?
What?
Roller skates.
Roller skate. Oh man, I don't mind roller skates. I reckon they're kind of cool.
You're fucking dead to me. You're dead to me. They're not cool. They're fucking lame. Leave the podcast.
I reckon they're kind of fun. I reckon they're a bit of bloody fun.
Yeah, man. Whack some tassels on, put some 70s music on, and just instead of grinding a pole, just jump on it, and hopefully your eye of your penis goes down the whole shaft, and you just end your life. They're awful.
So, man, you got to see this guy. His name's R-Willy on Instagram. Just see his shit, man. It's fucking crazy. But he didn't go forward. He didn't go up in the world from rollerblades, Brett. He also went on a medium that we also both disrespect, which is the scooter, right?
Massive. I mean, yeah. I mean, scooters. Are you a 6-year-old child? Are you? Are you?
No good.
A 48-year-old businessman who's trying to get to a meeting quickly? Who are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this was at 12 years old. He started riding these. So a late bloomer in this kind of thing, usually start around 8 or 10 or whatever, right? But then at 15, he started honing his skills on BMX and progressed in scooter and BMX simultaneously. So, man, this guy makes scooters look fucking good, right?
And as we all know, that's very hard.
Yeah, and yeah. This video went online about him, like this online video of him doing fucking sick tricks.
I've actually seen him live twice. He is fucking sick.
Yeah, it went viral, right?
Yeah.
And it was so good that the Nitro Circus called him up.
Yeah.
They to go there, right? And he was like, fuck, they were like, oh, they're pretty impressed or whatever. But man, he then went on to do the world's first tricks tied to his name. So I don't know if you've ever seen a fucking triple backflip on a scooter, but that's what he did. He was the first guy to go around 3 times.
I've seen him do the triple, and I've seen him do the triple live because he's done it in Australia on their was it Go Hard? It was something tour they did like 2 years ago or a year ago. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he did the triple on the scooter, and it was fucking wild.
And he just did a new trick the other day where he spins in the air while doing a backflip on a scooter, but then he spins the scooter around while he's doing it.
I think he does the scooter the other way to the way he's spinning, and it just breaks your fucking mind.
Man, it's totally fucking nuts. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
And he's also a weapon on as you said, a BMX. So, mate, that is a great ripper of the week.
Then, not only that, Brett.
Okay.
First guy to do the first triple front flip on a BMX.
Oh, he did the triple front.
Man, it's crazy. I saw a video of it the other day. You got to watch it. He does a triple backflip as well, and it's too big, man. It's crazy, right?
Mm.
It's too big. He just keeps going round, and it's like, man, you're gonna do yourself some damage. Stop doing this, you know?
Also, the thing is, like, man, you'd lose your perception. Like, even the doubles, fucking wild. You know, doing one spin, two spin, three though, you'd fucking lose your calibration. You wouldn't know where the fuck you were. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And also 3 times X Game gold medalist. Like, fucking crazy.
I mean,
He doesn't stop there. He's got his own park on his Instagram. You got to see his shit. It's nuts. I don't follow guys like this. I'm a bit like, oh yeah, you know, like just a full trick madman, cool, whatever. I kind of like to see the badass dudes do crazy shit, but he's too good not to see. He's too good.
Yeah, right.
Like he'll do like a backflip on a scooter, and then like just he makes the scooter look good. Okay, that's it.
If Mick Kappa has got his dick hard over a scooter, you know it must be good.
Man, it's fun. But also, I just love it that he's from the Sunshine Coast. Like that is so funny.
That's why you know he's the most confident man in the world. Can you imagine riding a scooter around on the Sunshine Coast and not getting bashed?
Man, I love well-renowned people that are from dead shit towns, like Julian Assange.
Number one.
Julian Assange, Townsville, like wherever, or Rockhampton.
Is he from Toowoomba?
Yeah,
no.
No.
Is he from Townsville?
Yeah, somewhere like that. Where is he from?
They don't even have computers there. How was
I
know. They never had the internet. They had dial-up. Was he fucking cracking the code like one fucking quarter of the screen at a time?
Yeah. Yeah, where was he fucking born? Fuck. He was born. It was.
Did you know that?
It was Rockhampton. Oh, Townsville. Yeah, in fucking Townsville.
Did you know Bill Gates is actually from Moe, Victoria?
Yeah. Man, we'll have to do a ripper of a week on him one time. Nick Cave. He's fucking so good. But he's from some real piece of shit town near Victoria. He was born and raised in rural Victoria I don't know where it was from, but he wanted that there was going to be a council kind of led thing that he was going to sponsor as well, where he was going to, Warracknabeal, wherever the hell that is, Warracknabeal in Victoria. Yeah. And he was going to get a gold statue of him nude riding a horse. Like it nearly went ahead.
Cave?
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking rules, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who the fuck you are. If you're going to get a gold statue of yourself nude and you know, in asterisks to scale, that's every part. That's a fucking boss move. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
One day, I mean, now, once I get to the project more than 3 times, I think the mayor of Forestfield, which is me, will have to erect a statue of me with an erection.
Man, this year was one of the first years I didn't go to Forestfield. And I tell you what, man, I really do miss it. Man, I really do miss Forestfield.
For those people who know my beautiful, beautiful town, or city or suburb, it's a suburb. When you come in, you see, and by God, I've put so much washing powder into this thing over the years. It's a waterfall of gum nuts. People put washing powder in there, it foams up. Traffic can't see anything, causes upward of 20 accidents a year. Comedy. Hilarious.
Man.
Next time you go there, there's going to be a gold statue of me naked. Instead of the waterfall, something is coming out of my erect penis, and then we'll put, washing powder in there, and it'll look like I'm doing a big cum. Hilarious, guys. Come on. Everyone get around it. The new mayor of Forestfield, I'm putting it in 2021. What are your thoughts,
Man, heaps of cool shit comes out of Perth, though. I remember when you didn't have much music coming from there and stuff, but then you got Tame Impala, you got bloody psychedelic porn crumpets. They're awesome.
I had a mate, he was in the psychedelic porn crumpets.
And you told me. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, because I don't know who the fucking psychedelic porn crumpets are. I couldn't give a shit.
Man, they're sick.
Yeah, fat mate of mine, Luke. We always used to drink beers and we go to the pub. Yeah, he used to hang out, and he used to say he's a bass player or some shit. We're like, man, no one fucking cares, right?
No one
Shut
cares,
up, bro.
idiot.
He likes the Eagles. He likes beers. We're
Yeah.
always on it. We drink, yeah. And then he's like, then all of a sudden I see like a photo of him with like the Foo Fighters or Bon Jovi or some shit.
Yeah.
Man, this cunt really needs to stop hanging around me.
Yeah.
But I listen
Now,
to
Brett,
his stuff. It's pretty good.
Now, look, let's talk about some stuff, right? Okay. Now, how are we going with the DR? So you're thinking about buying a DR 650, right?
DR 650, 100%. It's happening.
You messaged me. You said, Nick, you've got to get your super out because I got.
Yes. Did you fucking listen to me for once in your life? Have you got your superannuation out, Nick?
No,
yeah,
I'm not going to get my super out.
You're a fucking coward. You're not going to last to 65. Stop being a soft cock, Nick. Come on.
It's all right. I'll get the money somehow. I'll get a loan or something.
How do you, man? How much is in your superannuation?
I don't know, man.
Check it out because they find it all on the thing. You need a superannuation finder. Man, if I've got upwards of 50 grand, it means you would have at least upwards of 10 grand. So that's a DR.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about it, but I'm going to save up. Even if I have to get a loan, it's fine. You put in a couple of bids
when you can borrow your own money? You can also put your fucking money back into your superannuation. You can self-nominate to put money back in there. So instead of getting a loan, it's interest-free.
Brett, are you going to put that money back into your superannuation?
Absolutely not. I've already bought a bag of. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got nine grand hit my account, motherfucker, and a lot of it's already gone. And I haven't even bought a motorbike yet. I was at the shops, and I'm anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so what did you put in some bids? You saw some good ones, right? Some good motorbikes.
I put in some guy put up a unregistered DR 650. Had 11,000 on the clock. It was a 2012. It was allegedly shed stored. Don't believe it. I offered him 4,200. Lowballed him.
Yeah. That
went no good. Then there was a 2014 going for about. Actually, I think it was nearly 7,500. I was like, man, no.
Yeah.
Not for that year. Like, you're whacking your dick off. But I had a chat to him. Turns out he's an old boy. And then even though I go off at people about doing it, and I burned a tire 2 weeks ago on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, I said to him, I was like, mate, to be honest, you're about $1,500 on where you need to be at, like readjust your price. And he blocked me, and I respected that.
Yeah, man, I did a Brett. I was like, man, this DR 650, it's so good. It looks so good. Why isn't anybody buying it, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote to the bloke. I said, is this still available? And he wrote, yes, mate. And then I looked at the photo closer, and it was a DR 200, which I thought they stopped making them years ago. And I said, this is a DR 200, right? And he wrote, yes, mate. And I wrote, and he goes, do you still want to buy it? And I said, no, I thought it was a DR 650. And he wrote, yes, mate. That was it. And I'm like, fuck, now I'm the dickhead.
Yeah, you are the dickhead. You're banned from all technology now.
Who buys a DR 200 unless you're farming fucking goats? And I don't think you could even catch a goat, a DR 200.
Mate, it could barely catch it. Anyway, but I did see, because my new wall is that there's a place in Coburg. Actually, the place that originally sold me my GB250 has and where I actually get my bike serviced, because I like the guy there. He has got a DR 2020 or 2019 going for 8.5.
Wow.
Unregistered. So I'm like, that's my wall. Because if I'm picking up one for 7.5, but I like the older style. I do like the 12s. I don't know.
Yeah, no, man, they don't change. But
there's just something nice. Well, they do change. A DR fucking 30 years, whatever the fuck. I like a bit of character. I like a bit of wear and tear. And
You like a bit of wear and tear.
I don't like something new, and I like something that someone's had a crack at modifying a bit. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
The bike's got a bit of soul. I don't want to buy something with 0 Ks on the clock.
Man, I nearly bought this fucking XT600, but it went like hotcakes. This Yamaha XT600, they're a bit older. And, man, it would have been so good. But, yeah, so obviously they're one to keep an eye out and fucking someone snatch it up quick smart.
How much?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, mate. Well, bloody, have you got a your mate? I'm looking for my mate. Where's my mate?
Mate, this is your mate. I'm doing the your mate again because we had so much good banter last episode.
Yes.
Great episode.
Great episode.
What do we do? When the content is pouring, guys, don't worry. I'll put the your mate up on, is it sharing screen at the moment, Nick? Can you see all that shit?
Now, Brett.
What?
Speaking of your mates. Speaking of your mates, right? What live show are we going to do?
Mate, I'll stop share screen now. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this, because upwards of 3 people have already purchased a ticket to this since our last week's announcement. We are doing a live Your Mate on the 17th.
Live Your Mate.
Is it the 17th of October, Nick?
Yes.
I can't confirm nor deny. The 17th of October, which also, Nicholas, happens to be on the same week that Bathurst is running. Oh my God, what are the odds? 110%. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is we're getting on the beers. Hopefully, Dan Andrews lets us have beers together. The dream team will be back together. We will be cooking meat on a barbecue. We'll be drinking beers. We'll have a live setup outside. We'll have a screen going. We'll have Your Mate playing. We're going to do a top 10 Your Mates. The best
top
Your
10
Mates.
Your Mates.
Top 10. Can you imagine if we go through the internet? I'm assuming it will be plus banter, Nick. Plus banter.
Plus banter. We'll be there.
It's going to be an hour extravaganza. And also, I've just added this in now. After each video, we're doing a shot of tequila.
Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Yes. I didn't think that through, and that would absolutely fuck us, but I've said it now, so we have to do it, Nick. So, rules are rules.
It's only... And how much is it, Brett?
Man, Nick, can you believe this?
What? Okay.
Can you imagine... What's the smallest number you can possibly think of, Nick?
I'm expecting this would be... I don't know. At least... Yeah, around $1,000. Around $1,000.
Nick, you're actually going to fall off your chair.
What? What? You can't tell me it's cheaper than that.
It's actually cheaper than $1,000.
What?
I didn't want to do this to you. I don't want you to hurt your back. Nick, quickly, put a pillow under the back of your chair right now because it is $6.90.
What?
Yes, Nick. It is $6.90. Can you believe it?
Jesus Christ. Oh, man, I threw my head back that quickly in like, whoa.
Man, you threw your head back quicker than I did seeing the lady at the top, Sharon Stone's vagina, just open leg. I was like, whoa. But Nick, you're safe. You're safe. And Nick, while you've got that pillow there, stay there, brother, because I'm about to show you this week's Your Fucking Mate. Now,
okay.
Nick, we're probably known as, King of Comedy, King of, and also King of the Flame, because we jumped over some fire stuff, very dangerous, right? But
yes.
You will find this absolutely hilarious. Now, my mate Brycey, who also races cars, we're going to do an interviewing with him soon when all this COVID bullshit's over. Now, Brycey loves submitting things to us. Right now, I can't. Oh fuck! I got to pause it. I got to make this big screen.
Oh, you do it with see the little that.
One. Yeah. Right, can you see this now?
Yes.
This is what happens when fire goes wrong. So there's a guy who has a full jerry can. He goes into a fire. Right? Okay. So the fire is now hissing out, and the jerry can is on fire. Jerry can's on fire. The fire's on fire, and he is on fire. And his mate is still filming. Classic mate doesn't stop. Right, the guy's on fire, runs to a pool, with the jerry can, and now the pool is on fire. The pool is on fire. He's on fire. And he's trying to jump into the pool, but he can't get to it because he's on fire and the pool's on fire. There's just too much fire. Now he throws the jerry can into the water. And I haven't seen the end of this yet, but I feel like the water's going to catch fire. The water does catch fire.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So he's still trying to put out petrol with water and now has exploded the pool. Oh, it's gone everywhere. Which is full of petrol and is making the petrol go everywhere, which is on fire. 3 epic fails in one row. He's on fire. The fire's on fire. The pool's on fire. The pool exploded, and the ground's on fire. That is your fucking mate, Nick.
That is my mate. That is really my mate. I've talked about this before, Brett. The Niddy Gully motorbike races that we used to go to as a family, and it would be Mad Max every single fucking night that we went there. And one night we decided to make a soccer ball out of Hessian bags that were all dipped in diesel, and you would kick the ball around like while it was on fire.
Also,
like,
if everyone's worried about health and safety, Nick, you would have been wearing shoes and pants, so nothing can go wrong. Is that right?
Yeah, but even though we were wearing shoes and pants, sometimes you would take turns in kicking the ball, but sometimes someone would come up and kick the ball uncalculated, and then the ball would go straight into you. And I had no hair on my shins. None whatsoever. Oh, man, that is the best.
Moving to the country, take that as a quote from Nick Kappa. If you're ever a cyclist and you're going, oh, man, it's such a pain in the ass, shaving my legs all the time, move to the country, play diesel football. It's great.
Yeah. What a great experience. Mate, well, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Flat Stick. Make sure, guys, you get a ticket to the live show. It's going to be fucking so fun. I think it's going to be... It could be a shambles.
Now, of course
It'll probably be a shambles, but yeah.
Honestly, is that not when we have the best fun?
We always have the best fun, Brett.
We're going to be having beers and having a good time, and my girlfriend's going to be running the audio and be hating me. So let's just have a good time.
Yeah, and it's my girlfriend's birthday the next day, so she's going to love me. Sick as a dog.
What's the gift that keeps on giving? Buy her a ticket to our show. She would love that. Man,
look, I don't want to blow her mind. I don't want to take things. We've been going steady for a couple of years now, but if I give her a free ticket to Flat Stick Live,
when will it end?
She's going to take it too seriously. She's not going to keep her hands off me.
That's like giving someone a card that says, "Here's 40 free orgasms." How do you top that next year? You can't. Unless you get 2 live tickets to our show.
Yeah. Or 3 live tickets.
Whoa,
3 live tickets.
120 orgasms. I don't think my body can handle that. I'll probably die.
Everyone can handle it. Everyone can ride the cap train every now and then.
I love how in all those 120 orgasms you didn't even consider for one moment that one of them might have been mine or provided by me. Thank you. No.
Man, the cap train doesn't share. To wood.
The quickest train ride with the most stops. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Please make sure you like, subscribe, make some comments. We love all that shit. Give us a message. We'll shout you out on it. But also, like we mentioned before, talk about the tradie stuff. If you've got any great tradie stories or work stories or any of that stuff, send them through. If you've got enough balls.
Send it in.
Send the video. We'll play the video. We'll figure out how it all works. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Make sure you buy a ticket for October the 17th. Nick, you've been a legend. We've both been a legend. But till next time, we will see you on Flat Stick.
Stick.